New to Logos 6, the Clause Participants tool exposes information from the clause search, like how certain characters relate to certain Greek verbs. For example, imagine you're reading through the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6, where Jesus teaches his followers how to pray. In verse 13, Jesus states, "And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil." The concept of deliverance is worth exploring, so I'm going to right-click the term deliver. Select the lemma form from the context menu, then choose to run a Bible word study. In the new Bible word study report, we have all sorts of information related to the Greek word ruomai, like lexicon entries, translation options, alternate meanings, and much more. But for this lesson, I'm going to scroll down and expand the clause participants section. From the options to the right, I have two viewing choices, grammatical roles and semantic roles. As a whole, the clause participants section exposes information from the clause search, like who appears as the subject of a Greek verb and where those instances occur. This section also shows me the relationship between characters and verbs on a deeper level, called semantic roles. For more information on this function of the tool, check out my video on semantic roles and case frames. For now, I'm going to choose the grammatical roles view and analyze my results. At first glance, you'll notice that Logos shows me how certain characters relate to the verb ruomai in a clause, like as a subject or as an object. So essentially, what I'm looking at is a breakdown of who is the subject of the verb deliver and who is the object of the verb. And there are some amazing insights that we can take away from this breakdown. First, under the role of subject, I can see who appears as the subject of ruomai in clauses throughout the New Testament. Clicking God shows me 6 occurrences where God appears as the subject of this verb. God is pictured as the deliverer in Matthew 6:13. Then he's mentioned again in Matthew 27:43, where Jesus is mocked. Then twice in Paul's epistles, God is mentioned as the one who delivers us from death and from the kingdom of darkness. Then in Peter's second letter, Peter makes the point that God rescued Lot in the Old Testament, and he will certainly rescue us when we are in need. Scrolling down to the objects that appear with this verb, we find the church of God appears as the object of deliver twice, once in Colossians 1:13 and again in 1 Thessalonians 1:10. Together, these results highlight 2 groundbreaking truths. First, that God has delivered us from the kingdom of darkness, and second, Jesus is delivering us from the wrath to come. The new clause participants section exposes how certain characters relate to Greek and Hebrew verbs and where these relationships occur. To get started using Logos, go to logos.com/6.